Wow, long time no see. If you rate Rice Krispies like how I do, subscribe. So you're probably like, Sadie, where the fuck have you been? It's been like 3 weeks, and I'm sorry, but I've been living my teenage life. So while I've been gone, I've been to 2 booming parties. The first one, I went crazy. I was sick everywhere. It was mental. Second one, I had a great time. Best party ever. Thanks, Barnes. Love you. Got some great pictures of me and Shani. Love you. I walked the dog. I had a walk up a hill. Now you can't get better than walking up a hill. I slept at Damana's house 2 days in a row on a school night. I went crazy in the 3 weeks I've been off YouTube. But now that it's raining again, here I am back. I haven't even said what today's video is. It's giving you guys boys advice. It's giving you guys boys advice now. I wouldn't say that I give the best boy advice, but I will say that I've experienced a lot with boys, different types of boys, different situations with boys. So I asked you guys on Instagram. It's on the screen, you guys know it, and yeah, I asked you guys to give me some questions that you want to know about boys and everything to do with boys. But before I start answering the questions, I just want to say that if you find the right boy, go for him in the moment. Don't think about other boys that maybe you could potentially get with. If you find a boy that's really, really nice, go for it. Try and go as far as you can, because I feel like personally I've wasted time on boys that I don't need, or I've let go of opportunities with other boys that maybe if I had them now I'd be so happy. So I have lots of regrets about the choice I make with boys, but then again I don't really regret anything because everything happens for a reason, because obviously in the moment there was a reason why I ended it with a certain boy, or why you ended it with a certain boy. So don't be hard on yourself. I'm just saying, live in the moment guys, don't live in the future. So someone said, do boys overthink like girls do? Now this is an interesting question because obviously I'm not going to know for every single boy, but I reckon they do. A lot of boys I've spoke to, they're like, oh, girls are such dickheads, when in reality girls just think that boys are dickheads. They never think that maybe they're being the dickhead, which is hard to come to terms with sometimes. Yes, girls, we are actually as bad as boys, but yeah, I do think boys overthink things. They don't really talk about their feelings as much. I think that's why people get the impression that boys don't overthink things and they don't think about how they feel and stuff, when in reality they do, they just don't show it as much. So I think it's kind of sad that boys have kind of been represented as not being emotional and showing their emotions. But if you're a boy and you're watching this, it's totally fine to show your emotions, and girls love it. Like, you wouldn't see a boy post something on the Instagram like, I've wasted so much time on you, with some Pinterest picture of some edgy, the 1975 quote. Yes, we've all been there. How many boys you had sex with? Why do they break our hearts? I don't know the answer to this question. I wish I did. I feel like, again, it comes into the thing that they don't really show their emotions as much as girls do, so then girls think that they're being off when they're not, or that they like them when they don't. I feel like that's the main reason why boys come across as a lot more like harsh than girls, because if a girl doesn't like a boy, they make it obvious. Boys lead girls on. Boys lead us on, and it is horrible being led on and then thinking that they like you and then really liking them, and then they just like smack you in the face, you know what I mean? They're just idiots addicted to wanking. I mean, yeah, I'd say that's very true, and also wanking means that they don't last as long in sex and that they can't get hard as easy, so stop wanking. Rate how confusing they are 1 to 10. 10. How to know if they have a big dick? I don't know, ask them for nudes, jokes, just feel it. How do you know that a boy likes you? I'd say if they always like ask how you are, they're like a little bit more clingy than like they would normally be. If they ask to meet a lot, if they smile at you, if they're like your photos on Instagram and they Snapchat you a lot, like say if a boy's airing you all the time, I'm sorry to break it to you, but they probably don't like you. But if they're like constantly opening your Snapchats and like, then yes, they like you. Hashtag can't relate. Has a boy ever been in your house? Yes, I've had 4 boys in my house, I think. 5, 6, I don't know. Yes, but I have had a boy in my house, and yes, my mum has been in for some of the times. Not all of the times though. That'd be weird. When was the last time you got together with a boy? It was the 1st of April was the last time that I went to a boy's house. But the last time I kissed a boy was at a party, but it didn't mean anything, so I don't know if I'd count it. Would you ever give a rimmy? No. Have you ever been in an abusive relationship? No, I haven't. I feel like I've been pressured to like send pictures and like pictures, who am I? Send pics and stuff like that before, but I wouldn't say I've never been abused by a boy, but like I feel like I've been in like pressurizing relationships, but not necessarily abusive, and I wouldn't even say it's like that bad. How do I pick one boy? I have 5 on the go. Well, definitely stop that. Pick one of them. Pick maybe like, if you just want to like speak to them, get to know them, fair enough if it's like 5 or whatever. But if you're actually gonna go in, dive into the deep end, you need to single it down to one. And to do that, I'd just say pick the one you like the most, pick the one that you think you'd get on with most, but don't drop the others, because then if the first one doesn't work, then you've always got backups. I'd say that's the best way to go. Do you get pied on the daily by boys? Yes. Literally every hour, not even daily, hour. How do you get over one when you didn't even go out in the first place? Now this is something I struggle with, but recently I've learned that you've got to distance yourself from them. You can't keep trying to run back to them if you actually do genuinely want to get over them. If you're like not bothered if they speak to you or if they don't, or like if you don't mind having a bit of more of a complex relationship with them, then fine, speak to them. But if you feel like they're no good for you, you're just thinking about them all the time, then just distance yourself, ignore them, ignore their Snapchats. Don't like their Instagram pictures, just ignore them and they'll get triggered and then they'll leave you. So that is how you do it. Why do they think it's cool to have 10 girls when really one girl is way more respectable? I don't know. I will never know the answer to this. I'm not going to say I've never spoken to more than one boy at once, because I have. But like, boys talk to 20 girls and then as soon as you mention one boy's name, they're like, right, that's it. You're cheating or you're a snake. Like, shut up. Like, I've been close to boys and watched them on their phones, and then they're like, they Snapchat like 30 million people, girls, and I'm like, that's cute. What to do when you really like someone but they are low-key a fuckboy? If you're willing to go into the danger zone with a fuckboy, then go for it, because it might turn out well. They might actually like you. Doubt it, but they might. If you feel like you're already getting the fuckboy vibes from them, then I'd say go out of that zone, because it's not worth it. Even if you get a few shags out of them, even if you feel so much happiness from them for like 3 weeks, it's not worth the sadness that you're gonna feel when they end up shagging you and bagging you. So that's the tea. How many boyfriends have you had? I've never had a boyfriend, as I've already said. I've been like short-term things with people, like a few months, but I've never had a proper boyfriend, sadly. I would love to have one, but do I look like I can get one? No. How to get them interested? Now, obviously Snapchat is the place to go, but if you want to actually see what they look like, then go into Instagram, get their Snapchat off there, or DM them, ask them for their Snapchat. Then, I don't know, pop up to them with streaks or someone speak. If they don't reply, then just leave it. Don't like spam them, because they won't like that. And then if they just don't reply ever, just like, I maybe wouldn't. But then if they like start to reply just like a bit, then just like go at the same pace as them. Don't spam them, don't get too caught up in the Snapchats, just take it slow, and then hopefully you'll start speaking. What type of boy do you like? I normally like, they don't have to be tall, but just like taller than me, so relatively tall, with dark hair, nice facial structure, you know how it is, like a nice build. Like, they don't necessarily have to have abs or anything, just like a nice like broad shoulders and like nice big legs, you know what I mean? Do you have a freaking crush? Yes! Good night, and their snapshot score goes up by 3. Couldn't relate more, sweetie. This triggers me so much. One of the most triggering things is when you Snapchat a boy and they're on just now, and like, fair enough if it's delivered like 5 to 10 minutes, like I'll give you some time, but after that, when it gets to 17 minutes and they're on just now, I'm like, do you want to speak to me or not? Ever been left for someone else? I don't think I've personally ever like been with a boy and then them ended it to go for someone else. I don't know if that's happened. If that happens to you, I know it sucks, but you can't really do anything about it. Like, it might not even be like your looks or your personality. It might just be that they like the other girl more, and they can't help that. You can't give them a hard time for that. Let's say fuckboy, then give them the hardest time of their life. Do you think boys are snakes? Obviously a high percentage of them are, but there's also such a high percentage of them that are genuinely lovely boys and they care for their girls and everything, but you've just got to find the right one. And even some fuckboys won't be fuckboys with everyone. They'll just be fuckboys with the ones that they think are easy targets, or that they think are fit, or they just want to shag. But maybe one day they'll actually like someone and actually love her for her. But I don't know, will that ever happen? No one knows. My friends had sex and I haven't had my first kiss yet, lol, and it kind of annoys me. Don't feel pressured to have sex or do bits if all your friends have and you haven't. It comes naturally when you're ready, or if you feel like you are ready, you just can't pull, then girl, step up your game. But if you just genuinely aren't interested, then don't feel the need to do anything because it's overrated anyways. Go with the flow, it'll come when it comes. How to make a boy jealous. Right, step number 1, send them a picture that looks like a boy's room. Send them a picture with like someone's arm around you. It doesn't actually have to be a boy, it could be your mum for all they know. Make it look like it's a boy because then they get triggered by their Snapchats, and then wait till they pop back up. Or even if you want to be really sly, hide their pop-up, they will get triggered. Like if they ask you, ooh, whose house you at, then just like don't reply but turn your bitmoji off. Like that will trigger them so much. Get with someone else, like just and let them know about it. Post some really sexy cute pictures on your Instagram after they've been a dickhead and be like, this is what you're missing out on, and then maybe they'll come back to you, or maybe they'll just get jealous and triggered. So it's a win-win. What's your favourite penis size? Massive. Why do they drink bath water? What the fuck? I'm 17 and still a virgin. Is that bad? No, it's pretty normal, to be honest. Like, lose it with someone you have feelings for, because then it'll mean so much more and it won't just be a shack, because then it'll be shit. What is just your general opinion of them? I really like talking to boys and Snapchat. I really like having like close relationships with boys, having someone that like I know will like my Instagram or will like compliment me. You know what I mean? Like it's not, it's like a cushion. It's nice to have that like back up there, and then I feel like once they're gone, it does feel like there's something empty. But then again, boys aren't everything. You can't rely on one boy because they're not always going to be there. Even if they're your boyfriend, they're not always going to be there. I think they're amazing. If you find the right one, great. But if you don't waste your time on the same boy for over 2 years like I have, because it'll get you nowhere. How do you actually start something with someone on Snapchat from scratch? So I said this like kind of similar things before, but basically if you don't already have them on Snapchat, then like add them obviously, and then pop up to them, blah blah blah. Make sure you get the yellow heart with them so they know that they're your priority and that you know that you're their priority. So it kind of adds a bit more trust and loyalty to like just a kind of talking relationship. Arrange to meet or maybe call each other, FaceTime, whatever. I don't personally call or FaceTime like the boys that I get with, but you can if you want. Make sure you talk to them a lot, so then when you meet them it's not awkward. When you meet them like at your house so you can like cuddle and stuff, and if it's awkward you can just put a film on, and from there it just carries on, doesn't it? And if it goes tits up, it goes tits up. If you had a boyfriend, would you shag him? Yes, I would. Obviously it wouldn't be based on that, but like personally I would, because you know, sex. How to know if a boy is a fuckboy. So if they ask you for pics like straight away, like obviously any boy asking for pics is weird, but straight away, then if they ask to meet you at your house like straight away, then that's like a kind of weird, because I feel like fair enough if you're gonna meet them for the first time at your house, but like if you don't even know them that well and they're already asking to meet, then they just want to shag. Say if they're hype on your best friend list and you share a best friend with loads of people, that's an indication that they are Snapchatting a lot of people. So that indicates that they're a fuckboy. If everyone's got with them basically, then they're a fuckboy. Do you want a boyfriend? Yes, I would. I think it'd be so cute to like invite a boy around, like have someone that you love, but rip. Are there any decent boys at your school? Yes, I think there is. There's quite a lot of decent boys like in my year, like in my like friendship group of boys there is. There's like really fit ones in year 12. Have you ever been scared to break up with someone because they still like you? So relating this to me, yeah, I have put off like ending things with people because I know they like me, which is the worst thing ever, because you don't want to be a bad person, and sometimes it's not even them that you don't like, it's just like aspects of them. Like it might not even just be like their personality, it might just be the circumstances of the relationship. But yes, I have felt that before, and if you do, don't feel too bad about it, because you've got to put your feelings and your thoughts first, which is sounds harsh but it's true, because you don't want to sacrifice your happiness for someone else. In the long term it's going to make you both unhappy if one of you's not happy, so just do it. Why they always active but never reply? I don't know. And I think I'm gonna end the video there because I've run out of ones to say and I've been speaking for 40 minutes. So I hope you found this video somewhat helpful. I'm sorry that I haven't uploaded. I just have been living my life. It's been really sunny recently where I live, so I've just been, you know, having fun. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, give a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, follow my Instagram, my Twitter and my Snapchat, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.